So for Marco Silva this summer, a barely changing squad, but today a somewhat altered team. 3 years now since his still to miss a single league game. In the ongoing absence of Anthony Robinson, Timothy Castagna comes in today at left back. Calvin Bassey reverts to centre-half as Jorge Cuenca drops out. Lukic and Berger hold as they did for much of last season in midfield. Ahead of them, Ryan Sessegnon places Harry Wilson. Considerable excitement here about 18-year-old Josh King, for whom just a third Premier League start. And having saved the day from the bench at Brighton, Rodrigo Muniz gets the centre-forward shirt this time. So Raul Jimenez is a sub, and do note that Anthony Robinson is now in the playing party as well. For Ruben Amorim so far, some encouragement, but no points. Regardless of last weekend's discomfort, Altay does continue in goal. It is the same three centre-backs, Matthijs de Ligt notably combative against Victor Gyökeres a week ago. Luke Shaw up to 200 league games for United now. The only changes at wing-back, Ahmad from the start instead of Diogo Dalot. Matheus Cunha thrived on this ground with Wolves last season. Brahim Mbeumo has history here with Brentford, but still no Šeško from the start. He is on a bench to which Andrea Nana returns as the alternative goalkeeper. And so for you, Gary, a couple of front football users.
Yeah, players who've had injury problems over the last couple of seasons but have got promise. Sessegnon, we know he's got talent, and we think he's going to line up on that right-hand side today with Iwobi on the left. But don't be surprised if they switch. I think Manchester United's left-hand side of the defence is a little bit of a better balance and a bit stronger with Shaw behind Dorgu than on the right, where Ahmad obviously is a more forward attacking player. And then I thought Manchester United last week were better when Mount was on the pitch for that first 60 to 70 minutes. He had one of his better games in a red shirt, and he sort of linked really well, I thought, on that far side with Cunha, sometimes doing a little bit of the defending for the Brazilian. You should see how he plays today away from home.
Well, that is the point of interest for many. Who keeps goal for Manchester United? There is talk of an incoming this week from Antwerp, Senna Lammens. For now, Andrea Nana is a spectator, and Altay Bayındır wears the gloves. Well, recent history is certainly a friend to Manchester United today. There has been a string of very tight games between these two, but even in the grimmest times, this is a place where fortune has favoured United. 8 successive wins at the Cottage. They haven't lost here for 15 years and more. In the misery of last season, United managed to do a double over Fulham, who have come therefore to consider them just a little bit of an irritant. After the first weekend, a single point between them, both in pursuit of their season's first win. Fulham 12 more points and 10 more goals than Manchester United last season, and from the left, interestingly, Alex Iwobi, the first seeking to penetrate. In the dugouts today, two natives of Lisbon, into his 5th season here. Marco Silva itching with ambition after delivering Fulham's best Premier League points return ever. With Castagna at his back. Shifted up towards Muniz. I think, Gary, we have bought a Marco Silva dummy because Ryan Sessegnon is lining up at left-back, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He is. He's on that left-hand side with Iwobi in front of him.
And Castagna in front of Tete on the right side of midfield. That's a giveaway by King. Bruno Fernandes turning here. Matheus Cunha, who scored a couple of belters at the Cottage for Wolves last season, where he had his best day of the year.
Yeah, he was lively last week, Cunha. I was watching him in the warm-up. You should never pay too much attention to a warm-up, but some of his finishing was spectacular, hitting them just like that.
those two he did score for Wolves was from that sort of range, actually. 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 4 games against Fulham. Dorgu down by Mount, and Dorgu again, and Mount for Cunha to roll it against the post. Mbomo Ahmad. Manchester United on it from the outset.
Yeah, just a bit. That was electric. Speed of play.
And Mbomo's got it back from Cunha. It's Brian Mbomo on the burst.
Well, in this first couple of minutes, it looks extremely promising. The touch and pass from Mason Mount's wonderful. Cunha sticks it through Bassey's legs. So unlucky.
Tete from fullback. Nice outmanoeuvred by Casemiro.
I know that Ruben Amorim before the game was sort of explaining why Šeško wasn't playing because of moving house and stuff like that, but and the real reason is that he likes Mount. He wants him in his team. He played well in this first game last week. His first couple of minutes here.
Lukic muscled off it. Cunha, Mount. In the first 3 or 4 minutes here, Manchester United making friends with the ball. Casemiro, Mount, Fernandes.
If you think of Mount and the managers that have worked with him, they always really like him, and there are a number of players that I can think of that I played with in my England career, players like Nicky Barmby and Darren Anderton, who were sort of like players that managers love. They almost glue the team together. I think Adam Lallana was one as well for a period. Really clever football players.
De Ligt, no flag against Dorgu. Spears it into the side netting.
United with the brighter start, Fulham pushing up the pitch. Fulham back 4 not in line.
Amorim saw so much to make him content last week. Never hides from the principal issue, which is that Manchester United are expected to win, which makes him anxious quickly to convert those fickle intangibles, optimism and promise, into something that counts.
Yeah, just a little recap on Fulham. They have surprised us with how they're lining up. Castagne is playing on the right of midfield in front of Tete. He will be on the left. Josh King off Muniz. Session at left back.
Calvin Bassey played left back last weekend and did so very well, actually, against Yakuba Minter.
Back 3 in possession as well. Castagne and Sessegnon like wing backs, matching United.
See with Iwobi. Tete towards Muniz. De Ligt hard at his back. Referee unconcerned.
And that was a feature of last week's game. And De Ligt up against Gyökeres, he was really aggressive. A similar type of battle is emerging here.
Burmo, whose associations with Brentford won't be lost on Fulham supporters today. Bassey's hit the turf.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you just put your arm back and your fingers. It can be so like there's much in them, but just there. Fingernail digging into the eye of Bassi, it's uncomfortable for him.
Burmo, a sworn enemy when he was operating a couple of stops down the A4 at Brentford, for whom he scored on this ground more than once. Bassi, Fulham's Player of the Year, feeling a bit sore about it, and Chris Kavanagh going to calm him.
He's saying it's a head injury and he's got to go off. I have to say, I think this 30-second thing is an absolute nonsense. You can quite see just a little bit of common sense here. I don't like it at all. The team have to play a man down. 30 seconds now. A rule brought in because of the distrust that was building in football players feigning injury, but that's the reason it was introduced.
So Iwobi's dropped in at left wing back. Sessegnon's become that left-sided centre half. And it's a brief mend and make do. Bassi is appealing volubly to be allowed back on, and so are plenty behind him in the Johnny Haynes stand. It began last season, you'll remember, with a narrow defeat at Old Trafford, but then kicked on through to the end of September with a 5-game unbeaten run, which had them in the top 6 going into October. By King. Forward for United by Casemiro, taken up by Ahmad, the 1 point of difference from the last weekend's starting 11. Burmo. Sessegnon's challenge, and last of Ahmad, and it's a Fulham goal kick. Ahmad for Dello, Gary?
Yeah, more of an attacking option. United, a lot of talk of the goalkeeper from last week, but they still need to score goals. That was the big problem last season.
And Burmo, Cunha, Mount, Cunha left it behind for Bruno Fernandes. Bruno went down sharply and Castagna got rid.
Come on, Bruno.
Well, they haven't scored in the Premier League this season yet, Manchester United, but they look a lot sharper. We used to say that these were awkward ones when they bounced in front of the goalkeeper, but I think that was when we were thinking of pitches not being as true as they are today.
The early numbers weigh in favour of Manchester United, heavily so.
Already 4 shots on target, 6 touches in the box.
No team had more shots last
One
weekend
target,
than United
sorry,
did,
4
22
shots,
against
one on
Arsenal.
target, 6. Looking good.
Towards Castagna. First by Dorgu, supported by Tete. Martin Anderson, back in his second season since rejoining Fulham from Palace a year ago yesterday. Having played the first game of last season for Palace, made his debut this week last year in a League Cup tie at Birmingham. Didn't play in a Fulham shirt in the Premier League till after the September international break, but since then, ever present, more or less. Sessegnon rolled up here for Josh King. And outside Bayindir was sharply off his line.
Yeah, Fulham just settled down this last couple of minutes, started to play. Bayindir committed. He was out very quick.
Bassi. Altai's in command again.
United's back line is pushing up as high as it possibly can. You see them there stepping up, but there isn't any pressure on the ball. He comes out, flying out the goalkeeper. Spreads those legs wide. Makes an important intervention.
So much thrill about Max Dowman with Arsenal last evening, 15-year-old. Josh King himself was just 18, starting in the Premier League for the third time. Long from Altai, taken down by Cunha, and eyeball to eyeball, Leno has made a terrific save.
Well, Matoma at Brighton brought one out of the air last year against Chelsea on a Friday night and scored. That touch from Cunha, the pass from Bayindir, but this touch is absolutely brilliant. It deserved a goal. He should score, and the goalkeeper, it's a brilliant reaction save.
It's a really absorbing first quarter of an hour here. Burmo with Manchester United's corner, headed away by Berger, sifted wide again by Ahmad, and Burmo's offside.
What a save. This would be a great angle of it. He just pulls it out of mid-air, Cunha. It's a brilliant touch, little nudge on Joachim Andersen. Brilliant. And this bit, it's a good save. It's really close to Cunha, Leno, and he just sticks that left arm out.
But Leno was the star of the show when Fulham won that penalty shootout at Old Trafford last year. Here's Sessegnon. Ran out of places to go, but did win a corner from Ahmad.
Yeah, it was Ahmad's mistake, but he does well to get back. He tries a little tricky one. Ahmad Sessegnon reads it.
At his expense, it's Sasha Lukic who goes over to deliver Fulham's corner. Josh King offering short. Sander Berger, 6-yard box. Tete's in there, and of course Muniz with Anderson poised to join the crowd. Away by Cunha, back in by Iwobi, and Altai may have seen that late.
You're absolutely right, Peter. I thought it had gone past him. He didn't react initially. He came through a load of bodies. Yeah, and he does see it late. There's 4 or 5 bodies in front of him. When he finally goes, he's got to get a good hand to it.
And again by Lukic, and Bassi's heading wide.
The goalkeeper got mauled again on that one. He had that problem last week against Arsenal. Just watch him here. Sander Berg just messing around with him. See him again, exactly the same situation. Dorgu does really well and helps his goalkeeper.
Well, it will have been quite a week for him outside Bayern Deer. Interesting comments from Ruben Amorim about the need for his players in terms of their social media and general media consumption to act like monks, see and read nothing. Plenty said about the Manchester United goalkeeping department, which for now remains unaltered, except to the extent that Onana is back in the playing party.
There's no hiding place for a goalkeeper, particularly if you make a mistake in a certain way. Then other teams are just going to follow suit and put you under pressure.
Salter to clear, which he does with relative composure given the circumstance.
Yeah, it wasn't the friendliest back pass.
200th Premier League game for United today, Luke Shaw. Should of course be so many more, given that he's into his 12th season since coming up from Southampton. Winnies. Stania, a good tackle from Shaw. Will be taken. Lukic against De Ligt. Another Fulham corner.
Yeah, it's good from Fulham. Taking that throw in quickly and getting another corner. And they are dangerous at these. They do have height advantage. You can just see when those big lads move in. There's an outswinger this time, so just move away from the goalkeeper. Those white shirts.
The end in front of the cottage. Lukic takes. Cunha intervenes. Lukic has another crack. Flushed away by Ahmad. Burmo battling for it. King holding his ground. Nudged on by Tete. Here's Castagna. Coaxed away by Casemiro. Now Mount. Bruno Fernandes took a hit. Referee's chosen to stop it.
Just late.
Fernandes saw Burmo's dart. Sanderberger, Josh King.
In the first 10 minutes of the game, United quite clearly, but Fulham, I think, have taken the next 10. They've settled down. The home team started to play.
Right by Anderson. Sessegnon. Iwobi. That's how had charge. Of course, had a horrid time on the road last year. Fulham was the only London ground on which they won. One of 4 away wins. Clearly the most notable of those was at City. Otherwise, Fulham and 2 relegated teams, Southampton and Leicester. Mount. Cunha heaved back by Anderson. It's a statistical peculiarity that Manchester United are seeking here to win on this ground for the 9th time in a row. That would be a club record on any away ground. Been some very, very tight games between these two over the last decade and more. But Manchester United here have won them all. Last 8 meetings home and away, neither has won by more than a single goal. And they've often come late in Burmo. Cunha, Casemiro, allowed to go by Fernandes, gathered with purpose by Shaw. Casemiro, for Cunha. Casemiro, wants to chase that, he's never going to catch it up. Another oddity about this fixture actually is there hasn't been a first half goal in any of the last 4 meetings between Fulham and Manchester United. 6 goals in the second half. Sanderberger from deep. Iwobi on the turn. Through the centre forward furrow, away by Dorgu, chased up by Iwobi. Castagna, Lukic, King, Josh King against Casemiro.
See here how Fulham have come back into this game, not necessarily with possession. United still dominating that, but they're more of a threat.
Tete. Castagna has whipped it in early. Muniz couldn't take it, Iwobi can. It's Sessegnon. It's a good block, Eli Yoro. Tumbles on the challenge from Bassi.
It took us quite a bit to work out how Fulham were playing. Definitely not. There's a back 5. The 2 lads in midfield. Front 3. Lukic is just going to go back in now and sit alongside Berger.
Saw the danger. Bruno Fernandes, bit of space ahead of Ahmad now. Explosive start to the game from Manchester United. Greater degree of patience as the first half has evolved. Yoro. Got a tickle from Sessegnon. who was the pre-season left-back actually, almost throughout Ryan Sessegnon, with Anthony Robinson getting over his surgery. Sessegnon himself had a problem before the game at Brighton last week, which is why Bassi had to go in there as a third choice. Bassi covering Mbeumo again. Fernandes, adventurous switch, too much on it for Dorgu. Losing last week meant that Ruben Amorim statistically is in a position where he is less than a point a game in the Premier League, 28 Premier League games, 27 points. Tete. On for Lukic, who's won the throw. Berger. King. Tete. Congested, Dorgu and Lukic thigh to thigh.
Yeah, it's quite clever what Fulham have done. They've really packed that central area. Iwobi's coming in narrow, Josh King's in narrow, Lukic and Berger behind. Just getting a bit of an overload against Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. So, not really playing with any width, particularly in those forward areas.
Marco Silva has clearly given this a lot of thought. Mason Mount, though. Bassi saw the pass.
Yeah, but disappointed Mason Mount. He is there. You see him just screaming at himself. A clear pass into Mbeumo.
Thank you for Mount. Tete won't easily let him past. Mount has a nibble.
I think he tries to play it inside the defender in the end, and I think he should just played it right into his feet, into his path. See Bassi, he's read that one on the inside.
Iwobi. Sessegnon. Berger. Anderson. Sessegnon leaning away from Ahmad. Anderson. Castagna. Lukic. Been a bit of grumbling around Fulham amongst supporters and indeed amongst management at their lack of activity in the transfer window so far. Maybe a bit of coming and going this week. See talk of Samuel Chukwueze, the AC Milan winger, coming. Reece Nelson maybe back on loan from Arsenal, we'll see. He describes them as passive in the market so far, Marco Silva, and it's been hard for him at times to hide at least mild irritation at that. Which, Gary, you were remarking on how strong their bench looks, actually.
Yeah. But you can see why just a couple of fresh faces would help. It's a consistency sometimes can be as important as signing players.
Mounts. Bruno Fernandes. Bassi was where he needed to be. And United will settle for a corner.
Yeah, where United have been good is when Mount's played those little passes in to forward areas. There's 3 United players there, not one of them gets across the near post from Bruno Fernandes' cross.
So United have De Ligt beyond the back post together with Shaw. Fernandes has gone deep and Casemiro was rising, away by Castagna, further cleared by Sessegnon. And Burmo looks to recycle. Bruno Fernandes cushions it in. And Burmo again. Fernandes asked just a jot too much of him, Burmo. Castagna smoothly across. Iwobi. Lukic, Berger. There is a VAR holding check around that last Manchester United corner, to which we may return.
Well, there was a number of players that fell to the ground. There weren't any massive appeals from United or any of the players. I just said they're still checking. I think when he's still checking a good minute later.
That suggests there's smoke. Let's see if there's fire.
So it's Bassett on Mount, is what we're being told. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, they come into shot there. And it's that little throw. It's reckless and stupid from Bassett. Yeah, it's just needless from Bassett. I mean, it's a silly one. And he's going to ask him to review it.
Chris Kavanagh invited by Darren England to have a look himself.
And we know that referees have been told to clamp down on these this season. The players have been told that as well.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of the headline summer recommendation made for referees and made public for the rest of us. Holding at corners and set pieces is a hot topic, and Bassi had plenty of Mount here.
And it's just stupid from Bassett. I think what Mount's trying to do is block Bassett so that he can't get out to others, and Bassett's just on getting you out of the way. See the angle that he's being shown. I actually think there's a clearer angle than the one that the on-field referee is actually being shown. He's going to give it.
After review, Fulham number 3 pulls a Manchester player to the ground. Final decision, penalty kick.
No further explanation required, though he perhaps would like to involve himself in a conversation.
Well, we were pulled onto a Premier League briefing, Peter, weren't we, 2 or 3 days before the start of the season, and we were told that all the players at the clubs, the managers, had been briefed from the referees that they were going to clamp down on this type of thing, and this was the big motion this summer. And he just swings him round. I mean, he's obviously a lot stronger, Bassett, than Mount, and lets him know it. I mean, it's just ridiculous, really. No need to do it.
Well, Bernd Leno saved 2 FA Cup shootout penalties at Old Trafford in March from Victor Lindelof and Joshua Zirkzee. not from Bruno Fernandes, who has a chance at the Hammersmith End Craven Cottage to score United's first goal of a new Premier League campaign.
Saw this yesterday when there was a penalty. The referees have to go and explain to every single player at the edge of the box that they can't encroach. It's pretty obvious.
Bruno Fernandes has smashed it high and wide. That is an ugly one.
Wow.
He's fighting.
Well, he was a little unnerved, Bruno Fernandes. He went and picked the ball up from the penalty spot and took it back whilst the referee was explaining. So there was a bit of a delay. A little short shuffle, run up, and then, well, that is over the bar. He's so relaxed on the way up, and he just goes to whack it. And he goes for the top of the net, the roof of the net, and they do look ugly when they go over. He couldn't watch, and that's why.
You got to sell Bruno. Send him away. That's why you get a striker. A
From the
striker
penalty
that's got
spot
that
in
goal.
the Premier League, Bruno Fernandes. Here's Ahmad for Manchester United, who have to get over that. Mason Mount, Mbomo. And goes Casemiro.
Calvin Bassey will be the most relieved man in the stadium.
Take the 100 million. Let this guy go.
Oh, yellow card for
That's why you
Casemiro.
signed a striker for 70 million. He should be on the pitch taking those
That was another
penalties.
one of the
right. You see
mentions
that
on that
Arsenal.
call
Sorry,
that I was
yes,
referring to
Arsenal.
before.
Did it.
Diving. Casemiro throwing himself to the ground.
Couldn't even watch it. He couldn't watch it himself. Casemiro couldn't watch him take the penalty. You've signed a player for 70 million and you're keeping him on the bench.
It's a minor
He should be
question
there
mark
taking
in
those penalties.
my head, Gary. I don't suppose there was a United over who would take that penalty, because of course Mbomo is almost immaculate from the spot as well. Here's Iwobi. So watches it behind. It looks as though he's collided with the infrastructure down there.
Yeah, it's a good little overlap. Bayern did not his best work at the near post. It was an easy one to catch, really.
The keeper couldn't even cut that ball.
Poor record on corners.
What the hell?
Well, we're going to see Bruno Fernandes' penalty again. I said to you that he picked the ball up. Was it because the referees maybe give him a little bit of a bump on just by accident, and he goes back? Yeah, just unnerved him a little bit. I thought it was because the referee was adjusting the players at the edge of the box, but he's not. He's still having a go, Bruno Fernandes, at the referee, because he feels the referee has been a little bit clumsy. Yeah. Maybe what?
Well, and he said, look at I'm just watching the replay now. Well, and he said,
Took a while to settle by Lukic, and Altay was in no man's land, and Muniz was creeping round the back.
Yeah, it's not a good look for Bayern there, this. And it puts real pressure on your defenders when your goalkeeper's flapping. They need to sort that, Manchester United, because it's not going to go away quickly. He's 27 years of age, he's not young for a goalkeeper.
are we blaming the ref for this, for that miss? Are you joking? Gary Neville, shut up, man. Well, tell Gary to shut up.
Iwobi stops to let Casemiro mount. Lovely little dummy. Dorgu profits. Short. It's nibbled in. Throw from Bruno Fernandes.
He's going to look up top. He just needs to settle down, the captain.
His throw. He's looked again. Castagna. Mount flags up. Against Mason Mount.
Yeah, if you're Fulham, I think you'd let Sessegnon just drift this in towards the goalkeeper. Lukic there as well with his right foot.
Berger is a big presence on the edge of the 6-yard box. Joachim Anderson's in there. Calvin Bassey, there's plenty of him. And by Lukic, when he's tried something extravagant. Iwobi and Tete away by De Ligt, and now the flag's up.
Yeah, it was well worked. He just pulls it back behind that United defensive line. He's just not quite getting the contact on that spectacular red kick.
Tomorrow, Monday Night Football is a bit of a rip snorter this week. Newcastle-Liverpool stands alone without all the additional baggage that it's carrying this time round. 6:30 tomorrow. Thierry Henry keeps company with Jamie Carragher and Dave Jones. There's Iwobi inside the 45th minute. Bassey, Dorgu wasn't sure. King, Castagna, Sanderberger. Tete can lift it in. Bobby missed his clearance.
This is horrible to watch.
Keep their foot down. Sessegnon wins the corner.
It's horrible to watch.
Yeah, we're in injury time, last couple of minutes. Really the last chance of the first half. I think we know where it's going.
Sasha Lukic has rehearsed this a couple of times. Right at the back of the goalkeeper, Sanderberger ready to attack him. Lukic floats it in. Anderson kept it alive. Muniz had a hit. And Manchester United cling on.
Yeah, it's definitely where Fulham have had the most chances and looked most dangerous. Just got bodies in the way.
Tete. Anderson to safety. Casemiro, Mount. Last seconds of the half, Castagna gave them a little something. Manchester United will end the first half here with an offensive free kick.
Yeah, I feel this team should be up. Obviously the penalty, a couple of good chances earlier on in the game as well. Good saves from the Fulham goalkeeper, but I know.
Bruno Fernandes.
No man's land. No man's land.
And that's it for the first half, in which there has been no goal, but there should have been. Bruno Fernandes blazing a penalty high on 36 minutes after Calvin Bassey was retrospectively found to have hauled Mason Mount illegally to earth at a set-piece situation. Matheus Cunha also looked into the goalkeeper's eyes for United, but was defied by Bernd Leno. And at the other end, Altay looked vulnerable, but stayed alive. And in fact, in fairness to him, himself made a couple of decent saves, as a result of which we reach the break at the Cottage, and it's still Fulham 0, Manchester United 0.
G-O-A-T, you can be the greatest of all time.
Some great teamwork there, especially down the
Was as clear-cut a decision as you might hope to see, Louis.
Yeah, it was a bit of wrestling. We don't understand those kind of behavior in the box where everybody was watching. But yes, that's the thing happens, and especially when this Mason Mount is not that strong. So why you need to wrestle that much? I don't understand. So I think it's a clear decision, easy decision for the referee.
Yeah, there's the Bassi on Mount, but also Luke Shaw involved. The VAR have said that happened just slightly after the Bassi incident, which was described as extreme non-footballing action.
Yeah, I think that's one way to explain it, put it that way.
What about the penalty? How would you describe that?
Do you know, I think Bruno Fernandes will look round. He looked at the referee when he put the ball down, and I think the referee's backed into him, or he's backed into the referee, and it looks like he's put him off because, you know, when he takes the penalty, normally he's cool, calm and collected, and, you know, he looks like he goes for a lot of power there, and, you know, I think the referee did possibly put him off, and as we can see here...
Really? Because Gary said this in commentary as well. Is that something that would affect a player to this extent?
You know, I think when you've got a certain run-up and a way that you're going to take a penalty, if anything gets in the way of that, then it can put you off, and, you know, I think that's what's happened.
Louis, the referee, Chris Kavanagh, bumped into Bruno Fernandes, and that was enough to put him off.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but he's been always called. You know, he's in his temper to control it when he's upset about something. But it cost, you know, a goal here. It's a pity. But I think when you look at the situation, you don't think he's going to say that. Oh, yes, maybe. But I think it's not nice to see on the view, you know.
Mateus Cunha has had some good chances for Manchester United. Their attacking players almost delivered.
Yeah, that's right. We've been saying that, especially today, the chances that they've had, they've created. Mateus Cunha again, you know, we see him here. It was a fantastic touch. You know, I think you want to see him maybe slot it to the goalkeeper's right, his left. But, you know, it's one of the things that they're getting the positions, they're getting the chances. It's now about converting them.
Yeah, it's been a tough first half for Manchester United in terms of missed opportunities. Muniz there with a fantastic effort for Fulham, and they've had a lot of joy with the corners that they've got.
Yeah, Fulham got everything. They got that size, you know. Every time you look at the training, you could see that those guys were above United squad. But definitely the goalkeeper has to do something. Whether he has to maybe show a bit more strength or whatever, comment some defender to protect him. I don't know what is need to be done, but that's not normal. It's been like almost easier to just like put the ball in that 6-yard box and it's trouble. So that's not normal.
Missed chances and a missed penalty means that it is still goalless at half-time at Craven Cottage. But if you're looking for a bit of an encouragement for goals in the second half, this hasn't been a goalless draw in 101 years. So either goals are coming or they're due a goalless draw. Missed chances and missed penalty means that it is still goalless at half-time at Craven Cottage. But if you're looking for a bit of encouragement for goals in the second half, this hasn't been a goalless draw in 101 years. So either goals are coming or they're due a goalless draw.
just witnessed what is the 5th consecutive goalless first half between Fulham and Manchester United in the Premier League. Who's watching neutrally and just after goals will be encouraged to hear, however, that these two haven't played a complete goalless game for more than a century. The recent history is littered with late dramatic goals. 6 of the last 8 games have contained a result-altering goal inside the last quarter of an hour. So we'll see how we go. Signs are lining up for the second half, just as they did the first.
Bruno Fernandes was still having a go at the referee there, or still questioning the referee. I think he has to let that one go. The referee accidentally bumped into him, can't be the reason why he missed the penalty.
Mbomo, Casemiro, turned out by Anderson. King got a little bit of it. Forward by Lukic, Muniz on the turn. Oh, didn't get much purchase on his clearance, and it squirts out here towards Sessegnon. Sessegnon has whipped it in ahead of Muniz. With sufficient pace that it evades Castagnol as well. His 5th Premier League penalty miss. By Sessegnon. Good one for Bassi, and Ahmad won't let him rest. And indeed, he's lost the boot. Anderson goes long. Castagnol is the chaser. Shaw is aware. Dorgu, calmly sorted out by Casemiro and moved on by Bruno Fernandes. Mbomo, Fernandes, nice mount. Dorgu, he's momentarily inconvenienced.
Better from Bruno Fernandes. Got that move started.
Fernandes with the corner. Anderson away, Ahmad's touch, Mounts, Ahmad! Pulled away by Leno.
We saw Bukayo Saka score from a similar angle last night at Arsenal with his right foot. Good little overlap from Ahmad. He could have played it across, but he decides to try his luck at that near post.
Snatched from Casemiro by the eager youngster King. Spoke in the week about relishing the challenge he had last weekend when he was up against the highly touted Carlos Baleba for Brighton. I felt he came out of that personal duel well. Selected again today ahead of, amongst others, Emile Smith-Rowe. Point for point last year, Fulham were a little better away from home than they were here at Craven Cottage. They ended last season with 3 consecutive home defeats, Chelsea, Everton, Manchester City, so they haven't won here since beating the impending champions Liverpool on the 6th of April. Passing for Iwobi.
He's taking some really good positions, Iwobi. United the problem.
Sessegnon. Iwobi. Ligt pounced upon again by Sessegnon. Steals it once more. Iwobi. Clear without finesse by Lenny Yoro. He's got a bit of history with Manchester United, scored a very famous, very late winner at Old Trafford a couple of seasons back. Berger.
He went to a really good position. There's a problem for Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes.
Maybe for Sessegnon. Hung up by Sessegnon. Protection from Fernandes. Here's Berger. Castagna. Lukic. Shaw squirts it away. It's a Fulham corner at the Hammersmith end.
Some decent play from Fulham in the last couple of minutes, and it's forced Ruben to think about changes.
Dallo and Šeško. Flung in by Lukic. Anderson was hurtling to the near post. And feels sure that he should have a corner at least. Outside's not waiting to ask questions.
Yeah, normally when a player is that adamant, yeah, it's off Luke Shaw.
For the avoidance of doubt, whilst Anderson clearly has a point, that is outside of the remit of VAR.
Casemiro off. It's not surprising, there's just some space started to develop in and around him in that centre of midfield. But what does that mean? A midfield of Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes?
Well, Tello's on, that's the reversal of last week's change, and Šeško, as we witnessed, is also offering fresh blood to Manchester United as he seeks his Premier League breakthrough.
I think I said in the first half, it tells you about how much Ruben Amorim likes Mason Mount, but probably tells you what he's thinking currently about Ugarte and Kobbie Mainoo. Sending a message above to say, you need to get me a midfield player.
Fernandes. Cunha. Stopped by Anderson. Tete wins Fulham a throw. A football obsessive, they say. Šeško, who trains for the love of it. And is hungry for information. Avid in the manner he learns the game and acquires knowledge.
Yeah, we saw him for 20 minutes this week.
King. Yoro threw in a toe. And as emergency defending goes, that was pretty tidy.
Yeah, the long legs of Yoro, just get that, just wrap around Josh King. It was a good challenge.
Anderson, King can't connect.
Touch over his head, just gets back. King just gets a little knee on it as well, so it's a really important one.
So much excitement about Lenny Yoro coming to United at the start of last season, then he missed the first 3.5 months. Injury picked up in pre-season against Arsenal in LA. Hoisted high by De Ligt. Down with ice on it. And Shaw saw it out of play. Lukic. Berger. Castagna. Tete. Far too heavy for Muniz.
United substitution should open this game up. Midfield now of Mount and Fernandez. Really much defensive thinking in there. So I think there's going to be chances. Just make United more creative. Not quite.
Mount and Shaw were on different pages, and Fulham get themselves a cheap corner here.
Fuming. If there were any situations he would want to try and avoid, it would be corner kicks. Fulham look dangerous. He can't watch penalties and he can't watch his team defending the corner either.
Lukic takes, Tete got a piece, and Anti-Bindia came to get it all. And to roll Dalot forward. Shaw's gone long, and Burmo wants to connect. Bassey's there. Down by Cunha, Šeško. Torgu. Cunha. Dalot. Another two of space for him. Diogo. Dalot, that has scooped up off Alex Iwobi, and behind for a United corner. Which Brian and Burmo, in front of United's travelling hordes, is minded to take.
Yeah, Šeško and Dalot coming on gives United more height. Dalot's gone in alongside the striker. He's asking the question anyway.
Bayern Burmo, and in from Lenny Yoro. Yoro at the core of the celebration. A suggestion there may have been a defensive touch too, perhaps from Muniz. But the United Reds are off their season's mark. And Yoro drinks in the glory.
Well, he's claiming it, Lenny Yoro. But let's have a look. It's a great delivery from Mbeumo into a really dangerous area. There's a little nudge on Bassey. Just there, that little nudge with both hands. It's actually Muniz who's just jumped and turned his back. You see, Yoro gets a bit on it. It comes off the Fulham centre forward. The delivery is perfect. Into a good area where the goalkeeper can't come for it. The question I'd be asking if I was Fulham would be for the two hands on Bassey's back. But he just turns his back and it hits him, knowing about it.
Well, credit or debit the goal as you see fit. The essential information is that a minute or so shy of the hour in their second Premier League game of the campaign, Manchester United supporters have a goal to celebrate. And it is been afforded him by the powers that be. Lenny Yoro's first in the Premier League.
Well, those United fans had to watch their team defend some challenging set pieces in the first half, but they've seen the team score at the same end in the second.
Fernandez, Mount. Oh, he's gone long. Dallow's onside. Squeezes it against Sessegnon. And Fulham now have it to chase, having chased successfully right to the very end of Brighton last weekend. Castagna. Berger joining from midfield, Yoro sliding out bullishly. Chris Kavanagh unperturbed. Sessegnon. Castagna. Tete, Muniz.
He gets up early, Muniz. He's above Delict. This is the challenge where Lenny Yoro just flies in midfield, he gets a bit on it. He certainly commits. It would ordinarily be a foul just for the follow-through.
A couple of changes upcoming for Fulham. We're going to see Harry Wilson, who began at Brighton last weekend, and perhaps a little sooner than anticipated, we're going to see Anthony Robinson, whose absence is keenly felt by Fulham whenever he's not there, offering, as he very obviously does, a front-footedness about the full-back dimension that not all others can offer. And he replaces Castagna. Is the other player withdrawn. Šeško.
Very fancy killing.
His clearance wasn't great. Lukic hoisted it in. Muniz competed. Iwobi hit it. Wilson. Lukic. Against Dorgu. Coming back against Harry Wilson. Going to try and tidy up this goal once and for all.
Yeah, he got part to play in the goal in two ways. Watch his arms on Bassey's back. Just there, that little push. I am surprised he's got away with that. And then I think he was going wide, the header. I think Muniz has deflected that into the goal. Just that little nudge though, both hands on the back. He's looking to get away with that, Lenny Yoro.
And yes, that was the angle, which shows categorically that Yoro's header wouldn't have gone in, and therefore he doesn't have his first Premier League goal. Rodrigo Muniz is debited with an own goal. Delict. Šeško juggling, Cunha looking to tiptoe through.
I think now there has been this change in the rule where there's this sort of wrestling in the box and pushes in the box, you're going to start to doubt everything again. There was at least a consistency that you could do pretty much what you wanted to attackers, and it would never be a penalty. Now, every time the hands go on someone, you're going to be questioning it. It was that handball rule for a couple of years. It was sort of made you unsure.
The irony won't be lost on Calvin Bassey, who conceded a penalty in the first half.
I always think from a defender's point of view, I think if you put your arm out to protect your space and there's a little bit of a nudge, you're fine. It's when you put two hands out, I think that's when you've got a problem. And when Euro did that, put them both on Bassey's back, and he won't care.
Šeško.
Oh.
First goal in the Fulham game doesn't often count for much. Their record from behind is actually very good, or was last season. Indeed, not just their record from ahead wasn't great, funnily enough. They dropped a few points from winning positions too.
Yeah, I think even will be aware of that. It won't take much for him to beef up that midfield.
Very short up.
I think Ugati's warming up.
Well, he felt perhaps that the football gods weren't especially kind to him against Arsenal at Old Trafford last Sunday afternoon. Perhaps he's had a break here. Robinson. Over for King. Robinson gets Dallow and bounces out from Burmo. Fernandez. Towards Šeško, followed in by Cunha. Berger, robust in midfield. Iwobi with green grass to run into. Wilson wide of him. Couldn't poke it into Wilson's path. Berger. Iwobi slipped in for King. Covered by Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, it's good play from Fulham. A little pass down the side of United's defenders.
Ugarte is just donning his match jersey. He will be with us shortly. There he is, but not before this corner. By Sasa Lukic, away by Fernandes. Iwobi hit it. 6 inches high.
Yeah, he was working hard at Iwobi, wasn't he, just to keep the ball down.
The United substitution coming off number 7, Mason Mount.
Yeah, this is not a surprise.
Ugarte for Mount is the change. The warmth and the applause from the visiting contingent, but as a one-time employee of Chelsea, won't expect much love from Fulham folk.
Yeah, some good touches from him again, but I think it was just getting difficult in that centre of midfield. Lots of space in there.
This time last year, Manuel Ugarte was just coming towards the end of his time as a PSG player. forward by Lukic. Morrow.
Yeah, it's been a real struggle for him to get involved in this second half. Just those 6 touches for Brian Mbeumo, but one of them was the corner that United scored from. Fulham have managed him well and been good this second half.
Change up top for Fulham. Rodrigo Muniz, so effective from the bench last weekend, now takes his seat on the bench, and Raul Jimenez is his replacement, and Emile Smith-Rowe, who has competition for that creative number 10 role, comes on in place of Josh King, who for the second week running had got the nod from the start. Mbeumo. Short. First game of the season at Craven Cottage, first game in which supporters in their totality have been able to use the spanking brand new Riverside stand here. Expensively assembled over the last 2 or 3 years, and, offering hospitality of the like you wouldn't see anywhere else in the land. It really is 7-star, which I know isn't everybody's cup of tea, or indeed everybody's glass of pink champagne, but they're enjoying it. Sander Berger and Jimenez, and Wilson's arriving. He's across to meet him.
Dongu did really well.
Anthony Robinson. Iwobi Smith-Rowe! Magic first touch!
He's doing it at the near post. He thinks it's going to run through to the goalkeeper. He's not aware of what's behind him, and he thinks that's dealt with, but it's not. Smith-Rowe makes a movement off the back. I think it's Bruno Fernandes, and just steals in at that near post. Byron Day, no chance.
Well, a year ago today, on his home debut for Fulham, Emile Smith-Rowe scored at once against Leicester City to introduce himself to this crowd. Today, he had been on the field for 1 minute and 33 seconds before grabbing Fulham's equaliser. Actually, it was him last week who, with a driving run from midfield, earned the corner from which Fulham got their equaliser at Brighton. So those are 2 massively positive contributions from the bench over the first 2 weekends from the former Arsenal man. And Manchester United have to do it again.
I don't like them either, but they can't be 1-1 with us. Did you see the goal? Probably. Yeah, exactly.
Just more than a quarter of an hour to play. On a ground where they regularly thrive, even in the dark days. Ogate. Challenged by Wilson, who is penalised.
Yeah, it's just the right of Harry Wilson.
Richard Dorgu, who's okay.
It's a long way out for Mbeumo. It's going to have to be a good hit to get it to that back post, where the goalkeeper doesn't feel like he can come for it.
By Mbeumo. Anderson importantly in front of De Ligt. Kept alive by Šeško. Dalot flung a boot at it. Oh, it's looped behind for a goal kick. Maddening for him. So much good work having been done. He's got a whole little League Cup tie at Grimsby in the week, which will be, of course, a red letter day for everyone at Blundell Park. But we'll have to pick a team suitable for that before next week's home game against Burnley. And then after the international break, the derby. Robinson, Jimenez, Iwobi, Wilson, dashing and darting. Lukic, looking busy now. Anderson.
Yeah, the confidence is up and they look sharp.
Tete.
Certainly got the momentum in this period of the game. If you were backing a winner now, you'd say the home team.
Smith Rowe, full of himself. Iwobi, Robinson beyond him. Alex Iwobi, Raul Jimenez! Flags up.
Just went a little early. Raul Jimenez. Just watch him here. Makes the right run. Just offside, that right boot.
So many dramatic late goals in this fixture of late. Last 4 or 5 years. A Joe Bryan Fulham equaliser in the last quarter of an hour at Old Trafford in 2021. Remember Alejandro Garnacho announcing himself to the Premier League with just about the last kick here before the start of the 2022 World Cup. Bruno Fernandes got a stoppage time winner here in November 23. Alex Iwobi's 97th minute winner at Old Trafford for Fulham in 24. Joshua Zirkzee right at the start of last season at Old Trafford, and Lisandro Martinez with the latest goal here in January too. He's okay.
Yeah, Marco Silva's made 4 substitutions and really having an impact. Jimenez looks really lively. Smith Rowe scored. Robinson on this left-hand side. Harry Wilson as well looks bright.
Still interested here. Enough on it for anti-bind here.
Okay. Okay. Daddy, can you open all of them by yourself? That's not
Bruno Fernandes. Dalot. Mbeumo. Dalot. Maybe watches it out. Carabao Cup week this week. League game for us on Tuesday night is Sheffield Wednesday against Leeds from Hillsborough, but that's one of 19 games altogether available from Sky Sports Football on Tuesday. Wolves West Ham amongst the other highlights there. 4 more on Wednesday, headlined of course by Grimsby against Manchester United. Blundell Park will be bouncing for that, and the other games available to you include actually Fulham against Bristol City, Everton, Mansfield, Brighton's trip to Oxford, so plenty to pick from. Lukic, Robinson, Percy, Show the man of the moment. And it's his first trip to Grimsby since 1948. Here's Jimenez. Smith Rowe. Harry Wilson. Sasha Lukic. Kenny Tete. He's well it. Sander Berger. Tete once more. Smith Rowe. Kumara Sugarte to clear. Back by Anderson. Wind in the Fulham sail. Tete. Berger. Robinson. So much for Smith Rowe on the hand of apology.
We'd like some players to come into the club. I mentioned the bench to you, didn't I, Peter, before the game? They had some real options to come off it, and that's proving to be the case. A really good second half. His men.
Smith Rowe's goal means now that 19 of Fulham's last 56 Premier League goals have come from substitutes. That is more than a third of Fulham's Premier League goals over that period. 17 sub-goals last season was actually a Premier League record. And both goals they've scored this season have been scored by subs now. Actually, Harry Wilson, who's also come off the bench today, he got 5 as a sub last year. Burma on the turn. Good tackle, Berger.
He's playing everyone out of position. There's a striker and he's service. Has anyone passed the ball into the box?
Old-fashioned refrain from the Manchester United supporters at the Putney end. Attack, attack, attack. That's what they want.
Look at that. He's taking it back. Seshko out and his service.
Tackle Wilson by Berger, and Pate went clattering in. Referee's given it a chance to breathe, but goes back to that offence.
Yeah, it's just late.
Oh, Daddy, I'm back. So that one is on the a little bit.
Yeah. It was an angle today.
Tete in front of the dear old Johnny Haynes stand. That is unchanging here at Fulham. Until 1905, grade 2 listed. Here's Iwobi. Robinson. Lukic. Tete. Scraped out by Ugarte. Tete on the twist. Lukic, Tete, Wilson, oh, beautifully manoeuvred for Kenny Tete. Jimenez couldn't take it. And Anderson can't burst through Cunha. Dallo, tiny take from him. Asking Burmo to chase. Bassey's across. And Burmo reacted as if he'd been checked there.
first half, particularly when Mount was on and they were a little bit more compact. United, they were handling that little overload in midfield. I think the more the game's got stretched, Bruno Fernandes charging on now, they're just getting played round.
Throw. Wilson. Ugarte's gone to ground, feeling his face.
Striker's not getting any ball.
Šoško bouncing off the challenges. And Lukic heaving back at Bruno Fernandes. There's going to be a card for that.
Yeah, he saw the danger. Lukic.
Did listen to a pre-season Fulham podcast in which the question was asked, who will be our most booked player? The answer was Sasha Lukic. He's got one there.
In Birmingham, more of a coming together. He doesn't break stride, Bassi.
Dorgu has won Manchester United a corner inside the last 4 minutes of the 90. Activity from the bench. Harry Maguire and Aidan Heaven. Being introduced. Luke Shaw has been withdrawn.
It is odd to change two of your back three with 5 minutes to go. Maguire will give them some height. United on this corner is a real threat. Evans in there as well.
Bruno Fernandes, Heaven was competing for it. Ugarte. Dorgu. Cunha. And Twitchley behind. Tumbling Evan Bassi, who was at full stretch there.
Yeah, it was critical. He got to that near post.
I saw that. Wait, Daddy, I'm just trying to see what's on the...
Bomo's oh, that's close. Harry Maguire got up and got contact.
Wait, Daddy.
Yeah, Maguire gets up. It's behind him a little bit. He just adjusts his neck position and just tries to guide it into that far corner. He's changed 3 of his United back 5. He changed quite a few last week as well. Darrow's come on. Maguire's come on. Heaven's come on.
And we have 90 seconds of 90 minutes to play. And if there is no further addition, we're going to have 2 teams here still without their first win.
We are Everton. Good partnership, Everton. Tarkowski and Bradley.
Wow.
Good partnership, look at that.
Daddy.
They played really well today.
Tete.
James,
Lukic,
Madison.
Smith Rowe, Wilson,
He's my
Berger.
best player. You know what?
Anderson,
I'm gonna
Smith Rowe, Lukic, Tete.
Then we got with Newcastle.
That is
Contact again. Dorgu and Lukic.
Yeah, it's a silly one from Dorgu because he's going away from goal. No real threat to give a free kick away in that position. Just allows Fulham to load bodies into the box.
He just scored against us.
Stoppage time, of which 5 minutes. Lukic to peel himself up, likely to be involved in the set piece. He's had a part in most. Harry Wilson, the left-footed alternative. Jimenez, Berger, Bassi, Anderson. 6 foot plus, a lot of them. Wilson flings it in, and Ugarte spears it out, and Burmo's after it, and Robinson had to lengthen his stride.
Yeah, needed someone of the pace of Robinson to get back there. Maguire's going up at his heaven under it, chuck it in.
Patrick Dorgu will do precisely that. Chuck it in. With a great deal of distance. Dalot receiving from Fernandez. In by Diogo Dalot. Down by Dorgu, out by Anderson. Pushed by Dorgu on Wilson. As a week ago, hints, moments, suggestions of promise. It's for him not entirely fulfilled. Marco Silva has seen his team grow into this game. And there are moments of it potentially still to come, with Robinson and Smith Rowe on the half volley against the leg to behind for a Fulham corner.
He's done really well since he's come on, Smith Rowe. Those little late runs.
And Sasha Lukic can loft this one under the crossbar again.
United have gained quite a bit of height with the substitution. Sesko, Maguire, Evan, even Ugarte for Mount.
By Lukic. Jimenez was appealing it. Came off a United head, not so.
Maguire did well. It was a brilliant delivery. Anderson thinks he's got it. I think Harry Maguire just gives him a little nudge, just there. It's good defending. If you can't win it, make sure your opponent doesn't get a clear header.
Nice diagonal. Dorgu's onto it. Cunha out of a corner. Dalot was up with Leno, who applied a good knuckle.
Dalot's going to try the long throw. Dorgu's wasn't really a long throw. Has Dalot got one?
Flung in by Dalot. There is good distance on that. Came out to Dorgu and Burmo. Contortionist. He was offside anyway, I fancy.
A goal player. I'm going to shoulder.
Dorgu at the edge of the box, he almost apologised to the ball as he hit it. It wasn't really just pulled back a little bit, didn't he? He should have put his foot through it. Could have got a deflection, anything could have happened.
We got a new base and tonight. We got a new base tonight.
Yeah, good job.
And this player, he's a legend. Alright.
Yeah, good job, sir. Rest in peace. Rest in
Daddy,
peace.
Daddy, come to find me. Daddy.
It's one of the best. You're gonna save it. You're gonna frame it. You put it somewhere.
Daddy, come to find me.
So settled for that. 2 games in, and here still are 2 winless teams. Caught between thought processes, plenty going on between the ears of Bruno Fernandes, who might have altered the course of the narrative, but blasted his first half penalty over the bar. Goals followed in the second half. The first via Rodrigo Muniz, Euro 1 Manchester United's header. He had the unwanted touch which established United's lead. A lead that lasted only until Emile Smith-Rowe burst off the bench, and within a minute and a half provided a truly adept finish to equalise. And so satisfaction, such as it is, Gary is shared.
Yeah, I think Marco Silva and Fulham will be really happy in how they finished their first 2 Premier League games. They got stronger as the game went on with the substitutions. Ruben Amorim and Manchester United, the optimism of last week slightly checked. Missed some really good chances in the first half. Bruno Fernandes misses a penalty, and obviously the course of the game could have been so different, but in the second half, it deteriorated. In the end, draw is a fair result.
It's actually the first time in 15 years that Manchester United have failed to win at Craven Cottage, and in that context, perhaps Fulham will consider this a bonus point. However you read it, it's a point either way, Kelly. It's Fulham 1, Manchester United 1.
Peter and Gary, thank you very much. As you say, it is shares spoiled at the end of that game, and both sides still looking for their first win of this new.
That was the first video.
Well, your first video ever.
Mine. The top. Was that the first one?
Ends 1-1 at Craven Cottage. Already so far today, Chelsea beat West Ham 5-1 in the Friday night football. It finished Manchester City 0, Tottenham 2, Bournemouth beat Wolves 1-0. It finished Brentford 1, Villa 0. Burnley with that 2-0 victory against Sunderland. That means all 3 promoted sides have now won a game. All 3 of those wins coming at home for the sides as well. Arsenal with that impressive 5-0 victory against Leeds. And then earlier today, it finished all square between Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Palace went ahead 1-0. Nottingham Forest got the equaliser, and Everton have christened their new home with a 2-0 victory against Brighton. Remember, you can see all the weekend's Premier League goals on the Sky Sports app. Best way to get there is to scan the QR code that you can see on your screen, and that'll take you straight to the app. And there's still 1 game to come this weekend. It is the Monday night football. It's Newcastle United against Liverpool. They'll have all the reaction.
Daddy, have we got more left? Have we got just one? Daddy, how much have we got now? We got 2. Daddy, we got 2 left.
2 more left. Open another pack. Might as well open another pack because
Daddy,
this is not making sense.
Daddy, when we do it, we will
lost. Might as well open another pack.
Daddy, we'll put the cards in there so to keep it safe.
Put them all in there. Yeah.
Put them all in there. No, take this for my phone. Then I'll grab it. Then I'll still get another one. But they'll. Dad, you didn't know what the big one.
Okay,
I
we've got
Yes!
Dean Anderson. We just won a trophy.
Yes!
Good cut. Right. Slow down.
Guys, look at his players.
Right.
I love him so much.
Oh, I've got Kobe Mino.
Oh, Kobe! I was looking for Kobe. I was looking for Kobe. I want Kobe.
Kobe Mino, your favorite.
And my favorite player in the whole entire world.
Kobe.
Cheers!
Generational talent.
Yes!
Kobe.
Yes!
And we've got Jerry Lescott Everton. Club legend. It's a legend.
Ooh.
Beast mode. Potato.
He's just
Go.
from Manchester City.
Manchester City.
Wow.
Anderson.
Daddy, do you know what? I'm going to save this card.
And we've got here, what have we got?
Daddy.
Josh. That's
Daddy.
it.
Daddy.
Right. Yeah.
You got Wallace card.
You don't let me open them properly. I need to open them properly. Alright, you need to sit down. Bring your seat. Get in your seat.
We're going to stay in my seat for 5 minutes. My feet is just the wrong thing. My feet is just so annoying. My feet is just so annoying. Can you see me right now? Can you see me? But they can see my head right there. Bruh. Why am I already at the back? Why am I already at the back of the cemetery?
We tops now, we tops. We forgot about the game. We're doing something else now. We're not doing anything. Forgot about the game.
Daddy, open them properly. Do the top is more easier. Daddy, do that bit there. The blue bit. There we go. Daddy, is that how you open it properly? The blue bit. Daddy, does the blue bit work the most? So you know. Ooh.
Wait. Be patient. Right. We've got Cunha. It's time for United. Why? What have we still not got him on United shirt? Cunha.
I love Cunha. I love him.
He plays for United now.
He passed away from the sea. Daddy,
What about Kamara? Aston Villa.
Daddy, did he just pass away from that team?
No, he signed for United.
But he passed away from there.
No, yeah, he left this team. He didn't pass away. He left this team to join United.
I love Cunha. He played for United. Now he just switched from came for United.
Tyler Adams.
Brussels,
Kai Havertz for Arsenal.
Daddy, we got one last favorite.
Kai Havertz for Arsenal. Yeah. This is a legend.
Daddy, he won the world record.
Faustino Aspiro.
Daddy, he won the world record.
Full force.
Daddy,
We need to go get him. Baliba.
Daddy, you know I got Bruno Fernandes.
Baliba, we need to get him. Full force.
Daddy, you know I got Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
Then he didn't even
Full force,
pick up.
Baliba.
Daddy, he didn't even pick up on the phone.
I know.
You tried to call him, but why did you not pick up?
How many times did we get Kai Havertz? Ooh, we got gold line.
Look at it.
What is that? What have you got?
He's a goal player. He's like a team.
Kamaka. Jeez. That's our gold card.
And look at his play too, guys. It's sick. Buddy, that card is so sick. Can you see this? Look at that. Buddy.
Yeah.
Why is it 0-0? Why is it 0-0?
Oh. Our gold card. That is sick. That is nice.
And this one is a bit nice, but a little bit nice, but this one's
And we've got Areola. That's the end of the cards. You know?
Daddy, let's see them all in there.
But we got frame. Jota's card. We need to frame it.
Daddy, can I put all the cards in
Yeah,
there?
put them all in there.
I got this special card because you don't know what to do. Daddy, do I know this? The God don't know this.
Musaka, that's Musaka.
Osaka, okay. What's Bruno? Oh, forgot some. Yes. Daddy, look what play we got here.
Yeah. Wood. Chris Wood.
He's a good player.
Very, very good player.
And he's got talent all over.
Top talent. I wish we signed him.
And who we got is, you know,
Holly Watkins from Aston Villa.
good, you know. And he's, Right, can I go to this pitch now?
We can't go to only pitch.
Daddy?
You can go to the stadium tour there at some point.
Daddy, can I go to the Aston Villa?
You can go on a stadium tour. We can find ticket for a match against Aston Villa if possible.
Impossible. Aston Villa is just easy. I love Aston Villa.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I love it sometimes. And I love Aston Villa sometimes.
Believe it. 1-1. 1-1 again. How?
Oh. Daddy?
It's not the players. It's definitely not the players because these players are all top quality players at United. Top quality Premier League players. It's not the players at all. You know. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. Like, you can't blame the players. Bruno's at his turn. He's looking to leave. He wants to leave, but the club is making it harder for him by saying, "We leave the decision to you. You can decide if you want to leave." No, we know the club wants to sell you. We know the club wants to sell him. Yeah, Holland. You found Holland. Oh, Holland card. Well done.
We got 2 Holland cards now. I've got 2 Holland cards. Daddy, I can hear your voice. Why are you saying those random words? Daddy, that's Fulham.
I'm not happy with the performance.
Daddy,
Yeah, that's the guy that equalized against us.
Are you not happy for that team?
No, I'm not happy. The fact that
I'm not happy for that team now.
The fact that he equalized.
Daddy,
And
are you angry at this team?
I'm not angry at the team. I'm angry at United.
Daddy, why?
I'm not happy United considered all the goals.
Why?
Because they're not playing well.
But I just did not see.
Brother, they're not playing well.
You know, it's just.
I'm not angry at Fulham. I'm angry at United. Bruno missed a penalty. All the other players, they don't know what they're doing. The manager doesn't know what he's doing. He cares more about his white three t-shirt, his white three sneakers, than his actual footballing tactics. Yeah.
I think the most is the name.
Spurs.
Yeah.
Harry said he hates Spurs. Yeah, I don't blame him. I don't like Spurs either.
I'm gonna blame him. I'm gonna blame him. I'm gonna try to blame him.
He's currently injured. He can't play. James Madison.
I'm gonna blame him.
He's a very good player.
Daddy, you should blame him.
We can't blame him. He's not playing.
I'm gonna try.
He doesn't even play for United, so we can't blame him. No.
What if he tried? Daddy, if I found Ronaldo, Daddy?
Yeah.
That's how this people going to. Daddy, you don't know the player. Daddy, you don't know I said this cookie. The football cookie. It's like when it looks similar, but it's like my cards.
I know. Yeah.
Football cards.
The guy took his top off, his jumper, his jacket, whatever you want to call it. He took his jacket off to show his white three, and Sky switched the cameras quickly. They switched them out. You know, it's yeah. What?
Why do all the football cards
This is just the bag. I'm gonna get the bag and put them in there.
Trying to get the bin bag from upstairs.
No, it's fine. Don't get it. I'll get it.
That's it for our cards.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm gonna frame Jota and put Jota somewhere.
But just somewhere.
Jota can't.
Because he's a good player.
Yeah, and because he's no
and
longer
Kobe.
with us.
And Kobe.
Kobe, as well. You want me to frame Kobe for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll frame Kobe for you.
I love Kobe.
The manager cares about his white trainers, white t-shirt, you know, brown chinos, That's all he cares about. Yeah. Yes. I'm a red, mate. I'm a red. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. Yeah. I'll turn it for you later when I finish this stream, Aris. Okay. Okay, go on. Yeah, it's madness. It's a madness. Like literally, the guy cares about his outfit more than the football. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm not doing that right now. I'm not playing those sounds right now. Okay. No, you can watch that upstairs. Okay. But anyway, so he cares about. Yeah. All right, go on. Thanks for watching. Okay. 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 You want to take the cards? You want leaving them here? Yeah. Yeah, I'll do our last stream. Then it'll be bedtime for you. I'll be. Don't even know what he's saying, to be honest with you. But this guy cared more about his outfit than his style of football. I have never seen us play the way we play now. This is not United way. This is not United football. This is not United style of play. This system is stench. You know, it's absolutely bollocks. The system. Get rid of this system, man. The guy took off his jacket so quickly to show his white 3 t-shirt. Come on, bro. The tactics are so shit, man. I'm done, man. How can you leave your £70 million striker on the bench? And even when he came on, there was no service to Sesko. No service. Bruno is busy throwing his arms around. He got nudged by the ref, and now everybody's blaming the ref for him missing the penalty. I've never seen him taking a penalty the way he did. And that's how you know he doesn't want to be at United. But they're just forcing him. No, don't leave the decision to him. Sell him. Make a call. You all said you're a big man when you got rid of Rashford. Oh, we can make the call. We can make the Get rid of Bruno. Don't tell him the decision is up to you to leave. It's not up to him because he doesn't want to look like the bad guy by saying, okay, I need a new challenge. He doesn't want to be treated like the way Rashford has been treated. He's never gonna say I want to leave. But we know he wants to go. It's a once a lifetime opportunity to go and that kind of money. Let him go. Sell him. Bruno knows if he says today I want to leave, some sections of this fan base will call him Rashford, will abuse him the same way they abuse Rashford. We know that, but the board is like they're scared to make the call, they're scared to make the decision, and they don't want to look bad either, saying, "Oh well, you sold our best player, blah blah blah." Now what do you expect? Sell him, go buy Baliba. Even though it was rubbish today, by the way, playing against Everton. I watched him play, and I tell you what, he can bring him to United, and he just become shit. The same way Burmo and Cunha are just on shit now. 2 games, no goals. Or more, I don't even know. No. It's ridiculous. You can bring Baliba to United, you still be you not. Oh man. Anyone got the video of him showing his t-shirt off? His white t-shirt. His white 3. That's all he does. He cares about his fashion. He cares about his white trainers, his chinos, and his whatever he's wearing. Amorim, that's what he cares about. Get rid of Bruno. Nobody should stop Bruno from leaving. Don't leave the decision to him. This is why you get paid the big bucks. Omar Bereda, whatever his name is. This is why you get paid the big bucks to get rid of players like Bruno and Rashford. Right? Put the club first. Cut ties. Get 100 million for him, 90 million for him, whatever. And go get Baliba. I don't get why we're keeping him. Why? And today, that's not even. I don't even want to blame Bruno for missing that penalty, but you can see he's never taken a penalty in that manner. Never ever. You're telling me as a professional you can't get distracted. Goalkeepers do that to you all the time. Goalkeepers will play mind games with you. You're telling me you fall for the refs' mind games because you bumped into the ref. The ref didn't even bump into you. You walked back into the ref. You walked into the ref. Come on. You get paid to make this kind of decision, man. Bruno wants to go. You can see his head is torn. He's gone. His behavior, his attitude, everything was not the same today. Not the same Bruno we know at all. It's not the same Bruno we know. You can say whatever you want, but that's not the same Bruno we've seen before. I can't even listen to the interview. Let me see. See, Bassey's getting interview. Let's have a look. I don't know if Amorim
No, it's defence.
Yeah, yes and no. I think it's one because, as you said, Alex does it all the time, and it's about building relationships. Alex got a good relationship with Emil and with a lot of the boys, Sasha and both our strikers. Every time he cuts into that right foot, he's looking for that ball, either front post or back post, and just there, he's just got away from Raul, but Emil's just been alert and made a good run in the box, and it fell to him. So yeah, I think it's just building relationships and understanding each other and how they play it. Alex likes to float inside because Jedi is always going to be out wide. So yeah.
Listen, Calvin, really appreciate you coming out to talk to us. We kept you here for quite a while, so we're going to let you go. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. Good to talk to you. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you. We've heard from Calvin. We're going to hear as well from Alex Iwobi. We were just talking about him there, and Emil Smith-Rowe. They're with Natalie.
Boys, well done. A good point here against Manchester United. You made it hard for them in both ends. So what pleased you most about this performance?
The resilience to come back. We knew that the difference can be made off the bench as well. It happened last game again. So yeah, we were able to fight until the 90 minutes. And yeah, it's better to not lose. So we're able to get that point against a good team as well.
Yeah, talking about difference from the bench, Emil, you needed 1 minute and 33 seconds and one touch to score that goal. Could you talk us through that?
Yeah, it was all really quick, to be honest. I know when Alex gets the ball, I know his trademark cross, So, I knew where he was going to put it, and I just had to make sure I was there at the right time.
Did you see his movement?
I'll be honest, this time I didn't. I was aiming for Raul, but then I know he makes that running behind as well, so I just put in the area and I trust him to get onto the ball.
We kind of got used to seeing players coming from the bench and making a difference in this team. How do you think you guys keep this competitive level so high? Because you don't have a large number in terms of squad.
I think it starts from training, We're very competitive in training, and, I think it comes from there. We want to score goals, we want to contribute to the team, and we know when we come off the bench we have to work hard and try and score, so yeah.
And Alex, you kept putting yourself in good position throughout the game. What helped you the most to find this position, especially to play through Man United's midfield?
I had trust in whether it was going to be Cesc or Jedi or Anthony Robinson coming on the pitch to push on high, and it allows me to go in that pocket. It's something we worked on in training and we're able to execute in the match. I mean, we knew that we would be able to get behind their two midfields and the three centre-backs wouldn't want to jump, so we exploited that today.
And Emil, of course, you had a tough season last season with injuries. So what are your expectations for this one?
I think just to stay fit, get consistent minutes on the pitch. Give my all for the team, and hopefully we can start winning games as well.
And what would be a good season for Fulham, Alex?
To get more points than we did last season. I mean, we broke the record, so we aim to break it again and hopefully challenge for a European spot.
Emil, well done for the goal, but please do the honours for player of the match.
Thank you, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. I'll shout you, though.
Player of the match performance from Alex Iwobi. And while Fulham are still to get their first win of this very new season, have you seen enough to be encouraging for them for the rest of the season? Alex Iwobi talked there about their target being just to improve on what they did last season.
I think there is a good sign. There is element where Marco Silva can bring them forward. There is definitely quality there. They've shown it regularly now. They need to get more points. That's obvious. But in a way, it's against the team that they expect to win. You know, there is moments where they have like great performances against big teams like Man United, where Liverpool and all those teams they managed to do that last year. But they're right. I think they have concede goals. They have like obviously. Show a bit of moment during the games where they off a bit and they get punished. So they need to be a bit more clinical again.
And that's what Fulham will be looking for this season. We'll hear what their manager thinks of it very shortly. In fact, we'll hear from both managers, Marco Silva and Ruben Amorim. Will be speaking to Natalie next.
Anyway, I can't wait to hear what Amorim's got to say. Oh, I can't wait to hear what he's got to say. Because he said he benched Onana because, picked the best team to win the game. He benched Sersko because he picks the team to win the game. Mount offered nothing. He offers nothing, Mason Mount. Bench warmer, maybe. Put him on the bench. Sersko's supposed to play, supposed to start. Arteta showed his striker that he trusted him, and he trusts him now. That's why he played him yesterday and the past two games. Even though he didn't perform at Old Trafford, oh sorry. Even though Arteta did, even though it's the same stream, mate. Even though Gyökeres didn't perform at Old Trafford, he still trusted him. He played him, at Emirates. You can't even show your young talent, your young striker that you trust him. You left him on the bench twice. No service for him when he came on. How do you think he's gonna perform? Yeah.
Why did you not put that?
I'll put it in. Yeah. How do you think? Is that even his striker? Did he sign him? Did he call for him to be signed, or is that the board signing? Yes.
That's three packs.
Yeah, tops.
Daddy,
Yeah.
look, we already got this one. Now I have to get the green one
Right.
and the blue one.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Which one have you got now?
I still got this one. Oh, it's on the top.
Yeah. If you can't show your younger strikers, your young talent you've just paid £70 million for, they trust them, play them. Tell your wingers to cross the ball into the box for the guy. Tell the guy to stay in the box. Simple. Arteta showed that he trusted his striker and he trusted him at Old Trafford and he trusted him yesterday. And that's why he rewarded them with 2 goals. You can't even do the same. All you worry about is your fashion, your white trainers, your white t-shirt, your chinos. The guy's a fraud. West Ham said no to him, and we picked him up. Bruno needs to go. Bruno cannot play at the Premier League anymore. He's no longer a Premier League player. Send him away. I know his quality has been quality for United, but no way he's gonna win the Premier League here. He's wasting his time here. Go make your millions, mate. Go make your millions. You know. Don't leave the decision to him. You get paid so much to make these calls. Why are we saying we're not, we leave the decision to Bruno. If he wants to leave, he can leave. No, you get paid to make these decisions. Then players then can turn around and go, you know what? If they can get rid of Bruno, then they can definitely get rid of me. What is running the club? Absolute bullshit. if you get rid of Bruno now, that's the biggest statement you will make. You make the biggest statement that, our start man is gone. That means get rid of me.
Ruben Amorim with Natalie Jedra.
Ruben, you looked frustrated during many moments in the match. What frustrated you the most about the performance?
No, it was. I think we can do better, but we are putting the effort. So that is the most important thing for me. I think in some moments we did well, especially in the beginning of the game, and I felt that after the goal, we were thinking about the result, just the result. And this team needs to win games, so we need to focus on the performance, what we need to do. Because if we think about the results, we forget to do the normal things. So that was my feeling. We were okay until the goal. We scored a goal, and we should do the opposite. So have more possessions, push more the opponent, and I think we were not smart in that moment.
Do you think then the main challenge is to keep that urgency, that mentality of not only the result, but also how do you push that into the players?
No, it's just we have to think in this moment. We need to think about the performance. Of course, I'm not crazy. I know what is the feeling of a player that plays in the team that has to win every match, but I felt that in the past. I don't feel lack of urgency in this moment. What I felt is that we missed the penalty, we missed some chances, and then we score, and I have the feeling that the team was, now we have to defend this goal, and that is not lack of urgency, it's maybe urgency in the opposite side. So we just need to focus on our movements, the way we have to play the game until the end.
Yeah, defensively, why do you think Fulham kept getting into good positions, and with corners as well? They were always looking dangerous.
Yeah, it's normal. I think we tried to press high, and was after 1-2 times we need to understand that sometimes we need to manage the game, to wait for the opponent. Was that the option of Fulham? And sometimes we push the ball to the side too soon. It was quite easy for the opponent to mark us, and we wanted to press all the time. We want to do that, but sometimes we have to be better in that moment, understand the game, try to drop a little bit, and then start the pressure. So they had more space than us when they were attacking.
Bruno's penalty, we saw that the referee kind of bumped into him, and he looked upset and disrupted by it. Did he mention anything to you about that? Do you think it was enough to disrupt him in the way that he took the penalty?
No, I think he's not used to miss a penalty. He knows the importance that every moment in this context can have a huge impact in the team, and I felt that he during the game he was like not so happy, not so involved, because he has so much responsibility, and I think he felt that miss the penalty was a huge for us.
You mentioned the result. Do you think this is something that the team is bringing from last season? This need to get results, and you guys need to deal with it better mentally?
That is normal. We just want to win games. And they are humans, they know the context, they read everything, and they know they play in one club that they need to be better. But for me, during the week is completely different. They work really hard. Today they work really hard. Sometimes not in the good way, but they work. So with that I can work, and with that I'm really confident that we are going to get many wins.
Thank you, Ruben.
Thank you.
So Amorim's impressed with the level of work, even if, Louis, it's not quite what he's asking them to do just yet. He said sometimes, they're working hard, but in the wrong way. But there were suggestions that there were improvements last week, despite the defeat by Arsenal. There were certainly signs that there were improvements this week in this performance at times against Fulham. Are there signs that things are moving in the right direction under Amorim?
I think so. There is the right communication. He's very honest. He says what he sees, and I like the kind of clear vision that he's got. He's got a clear vision. Yes, they are in a process, so things not going to be understood by everybody. There is mistakes going to be made and all that. So I like this process. He still have young players, especially the forward position. Last year it was a bit of difficulty to manage that because you have to teach them and at the same time you have to show confidence. Now, I think we saw there is like links coming. You know, it's strength coming. There is courage in taking certain type of position, but yes, they're still lacking that dominance in midfield. That's why I think you'll be highlighted that. There is elements where the position of the striker is going to be very decisive. I think we need to play in a way where the two playmakers are a bit narrow. They can give a bit more creativity or whatever, but they need to really like be together in all the moment of the game. This is why I think he's unhappy. Sometimes they slow down the kind of like speed and get exposed because teams are fit as well. They are committed as well. And they need to really put them at a level where they're struggling physically or whatever. And that's not the case. So that's why he's not happy. That's why he's frustrated. And he thinks that they can do better. So yes, they score a goal, but that's not enough. Man United need to do more and to upset and to score a second goal and third goal. And this is the situation they are in. I think in a way, I like what he's trying to improve or try to address, and then I think he's coming.
It was quite a big topic of conversation last season that Amorim actually wanted to come in the summer. He didn't want to come in mid-season. He's now had a transfer window. It's now much more looking like his group of players, and we're not at the end of that transfer window yet. Is this almost a clean slate for him, the start of this season, or are we still judging him on what went on last season as well?
I think it's a clean slate. You know, like you said, he come in halfway through the season and it wasn't when he wanted to come in. He's had a summer transfer window. Obviously, there's still time to do a few more dealings. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But I think once the window shuts, then you know this is his team. And like Louis has been saying there, that you've got to take positives out of what we've seen, especially like the manager saying in the first 20 minutes how they started the game, and they started quick, and Fulham didn't know what to do. But it's just then when you go a goal up, especially when you come to Craven Cottage, you need to go and get the second goal. You need to kill the game off. And they wasn't able to do that. So it's still a bit of indifference there, but there's like I say, there's positives to take. And, you know, we spoke about, you know, if you're going to have Sesko up top, the big target man, you've got to have two number 10s that want to run off him and, you know, get him behind. We haven't stretched the pitch enough. And, you know, I think Fulham felt comfortable when, you know, he come on, that there wasn't really much running him behind. And, you know, I think fitness tells us as well that Fulham looked like they went up a gear and United literally just sat there. And, you know, when you're doing that and you come to a place like Craven Cottage, it's going to be tough. So it was, there was positives in the game, and I'm sure the manager will take positives out of it. And, you know, like you say, it's a clean slate, but, you know, it's about getting the wins and moving forward and scoring goals.
If they do add more in the transfer window, where do you think they're going to be looking to strengthen? Obviously, the goalkeeper situation needs to be sorted out, but do they need to strengthen in midfield, for example, as well?
I think so. This is why I think they've been in the transfer market looking for some Brighton player. Just to mention, they need power. They need people who are able to take on the ball, maybe suck the opposition, whatever, like technically, but physically as well. There is moments in the game where you need that. You really need that aggression, but at the same time, that confidence to actually drive on and show that you are dominant. I don't think that we have that at the moment. It's been said not only by me, but I think that's obvious. And then it's all about attitude. I think the approach of the game, where they're saying there is maybe sometimes where they think about the results, whatever the approach, need to be a bit more courageous and say, no, we have a style, we have the confidence to score more, and this is where they need to get that level up. It's not about new players or new sign or whatever. It's about this attitude and showing that we are good enough, and we're going to do that for 95 minutes.
Louis said a Brighton player. Would Baleba or someone like him be the answer for Manchester United?
I think you do need someone else in that midfield. You know, I think Casemiro was in there today. Bruno Fernandes was in there, and then, you know, when it was changed, it was Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount, and, you know, Alex Iwobi was picking up pockets of space that, you know, they couldn't track, and, you know, there was midfield runners that were running off where, you know, you need a midfielder if the centre backs are picking up the Fulham forwards, then, you know, you've got track midfielders there, and it just looked like there was spaces opening up. You know, whether it's a mentality thing that, you know, you've got to pass that on and talk to each other and help each other out. But, you know, I think there's going to be some more movement in this transfer window, and I think Man United do need a midfielder that can, you know, play as well as defend. You know, can get up and down the pitch and You know, if it's that player from Brighton, then possibly he might be the answer.
And at the same time, you just like to look at what Amorim has said about the frustration of Bruno Fernandes. We've seen it. I think he was like middle of the park, trying to controlling the game. Was a bit deeper than he usually is. And you could see his body language was saying, I would love to be involved a bit further up. And then I think a player alongside him who some moment can show, he say, go on, I've got the confidence and I'm going to actually take care of those situations and create some transition for you to create. And at the moment, that's not the case.
Louis, tell me a bit more about the integration of Šeško. You've both mentioned him. You both mentioned how Manchester United are going to need to adapt to that and what he's going to need. How much of it is about him learning how to play with that team, them learning how to provide for him? Because 25 minutes against Arsenal, 37 minutes today, it's hard to adapt to him if he's not playing.
Yeah, it is hard, but it's a process. You have to believe the understanding of the manager. He sees you, he understands the kind of need that you have to, when you come from another championship, it's not the same. The Premier League is really tough. I was saying about the welcome package that I receive. You get bullied, you get all those things, and you have to really understand. And by being in Man United, it's not the same. You really have to understand there is pressure coming, there is expectation, all this, and you have to learn when everybody is asking a result, asking goals and statistics. So it's a process. And I think the manager understands that. He tried to get not the same mistake that maybe he's done with Rasmus. It's not him, but there is element where those players need experience. I always felt like, back in 2 years ago, I was thinking about Harry Kane. Those type of player was able to really teach you like a lot of things, but his movement and all that. So I think in the situation where if the transfer market is closed and they don't have another addition up the field, I think he has to go with a few games like this where he's brought in, put confidence, he has some nice touches. I really feel like he can create a partnership with those two playmakers just behind him. I think he needs to be closer, and then I think we will see chances.
And as you said, it doesn't look like it's worked out with Rasmus Højlund, not involved in the squad today. The AC Milan deal isn't happening, but Napoli, the latest team to be linked with him. But for Šeško, and you talked about statistics, 16 touches, only one of them in the Fulham penalty area. Is that down to him not making the runs or him not expecting that the balls are going to be coming into him? A combination?
I think it is a combination. He's only been in there a couple of weeks, so he's got to learn a new team, a new style of play, I think, because it would have been different to the club he was at before. Ruben Amorim's going to expect a lot, and like Louis said, when you join a club like Manchester United, there's so much expectation, there's so much noise outside. It's starting to learn what players do, the runs that they do, and it's a formation where if you're the target man, you're going to need runners off you. And we said that. We said we need the number 10s to be either running behind or getting round him. I think at the time when he come on in the game as well, Man United were on the back foot and Fulham was starting to grow more and more into the game. So it was difficult, it was tough. But, everybody's seen what he can do, everyone's seen what he can produce. It's just learning more in training, getting to know the players even more, and then, showing his capabilities and his abilities on the pitch.
In the end, though, just one goal for Manchester United in that 1-1 draw. Bruno Fernandes missed a penalty. You've heard us talking a little earlier about the fact that he got that nudge from the referee, which may or may not have put him off his pre-penalty preparations. It was missed by Bruno Fernandes, and he's been talking to Natalie Jedra about it.
Shortly before your penalty, it looked like the referee kind of bumps into you. I don't know if that affected your concentration at all, because you seemed pretty upset about it.
Yeah, I was upset. Obviously, as every penalty taker, you have your own routines, you have your own things that you do. It upset me because the referee didn't apologize, and that was what which triggered me in the moment. But that's not the excuse to missing the penalty. I just had a very bad hit on the ball. I took my foot too under the ball, and that's why the ball ended up going over the bar.
So is that cleared up? Bruno Fernandes saying it did affect him. And you talked earlier, Louis, about small margins in football, and just when you've got that penalty taking routine, it can be something that small that may put a player off their stride. But you talked as well about the fact that he needs support in midfield, that he needs, it's not just about him producing these big moments, as he has done so many times, these important goals for Manchester United. Other players need to be taking responsibility as well.
It is the truth. So many times he has been the saver, able to actually create in difficult moments where he was pressing, when he was like trying to do the leadership and all those things. So we're asking a lot. And what has been sometimes the focus, sorry, it was about this kind of behavior. Lack of maybe calmness in a very important moment. So I do think that it's something that is part of his game. I remember playing with Wayne Rooney, and you can't calm those players. You know, it's part of their almost DNA and what they need to fire, to have like that creativity. So it's something that I won't say to him, oh, don't do this, don't do that. No. I think it's more about him to understand there is moment for that. There is like those calmness. It's where when you have this ability, you have this expectation from everybody, and those moments where you have a need of reset, your own reset. So basically, it felt like bumped or something like this, pop, a reset. And then you are very focused. You know your quality. You have been doing it for many years. Bang, bang. It's in the goal, and that's it. And this is something that's easy to say on the mic, but I think he's got the quality to do that. And there is definitely other players who can, came and have this confidence and show him that he's not the focus all the time. As we remember, I remember Paul Pogba was the focus every time, even if he was on the stand, and we were at his back. And I think that's the pressure of Man United
Why didn't he
all the
give the
time.
ball to
It's
somebody
always
else to
about
take the
the best
penalty? If he
player,
felt
always
the way he
about
felt.
like who is the leader,
Oh my
and I
God.
think that's something that he has learned, and he has to cope with it.
So it was a 1-1 draw between Fulham and Manchester United. We'll hear what Marco Silva had to say about that very shortly. And we'll also look back on the earlier kickoffs today, where it was a battle of the boardrooms elsewhere. But at the new home of Everton, they christened it with a 2-0 victory.
G-O-A-T, you can be the greatest of all time.
He felt the way he felt, right, after the nudge from the ref. Why did he not call another player and hand that ball to them and say, look here, Cunha, take the penalty, and Bomo, take the penalty. I don't feel like taking it. That's what you will do as a leader, as a captain. Not go set yourself up like that. He set himself up. I've never seen him do that on taking a penalty. I've never ever seen that. As a leader, because he didn't feel like taking it after that nudge, he should have called on somebody else to take the penalty. You've got really good players there who've taken penalties from their previous teams. Bomo is fit to take penalties. Cunha is good at penalties. Luke Shaw is good at penalties. Even Max or Mago is good at penalties. You know, and it's just not good enough that I got nudged by the ref. That's why I got angry because he didn't apologize. Come on, you're a grown man. Grow up. Grow the fuck up, man. You're a grown man. I got nudged because the ref didn't apologize, blah, blah, blah. The world is not going to apologize to you. You know, these fans that are abusing you are not going to apologize to you. I expect everyone to apologize because of a nudge. People do that all the time. You know, I don't understand it. Imagine you did that for your national team because somebody nudged me and they didn't apologize. That's why I missed the penalty. It put me off. It doesn't even add up, bro. We all know you want to go Saudi. Just go. Nobody's going to be angry at you because this team is not going to be able to do the job. It's not up to the task. This manager, the team is up to the task. The manager is not up to the task.
you.